everyone, welcome to my new video. Today I'm going to show you how to create your dream life. Each year, before I set new goals, I actually look back and remind myself of all the things that I have achieved in the past years. I think that it's extremely important to be grateful for those moments and for every single achievement, small or big. Sometimes we just forget to appreciate those moments, appreciate ourselves and the work that we have already done. So before I made my 2023 New Year's resolution list of goals and everything that I want to achieve, I went through my 2022 New Year's resolutions and I've seen how much I actually accomplished. More than 70% of that list was done in 2022, so that means that I actually reached my goal. I write down so many small and big goals, and sometimes they don't all come true in the same year, but I find that if I'm determined to reach them and to work for them, I do accomplish them in 2 to 3 years. I have done many things in my life, and it's very important for me to look back and remind myself how many things I've already done, because it's very easy to forget. And whenever I feel down, whenever I feel like I'm not doing enough, like I'm not working enough, that I'm not successful enough, I remind myself of these past accomplishments and I'm instantly happier and more motivated. And those accomplishments don't have to be huge, don't have to be big. It could be something small that's just meaningful to you and that makes you happy. So that's the first step. The second step is making a New Year's resolution list for the upcoming year. I have my list here and I have a lot of things that I want to accomplish in this year, and every single day I get new ideas and I just add them to my list. I have my health goals here, I have my career goals here, money goals, everything that you can imagine, and I'll share a few with you. One of the goals that I set for this year is to keep eating healthy, to take care of my body. The thing I wrote down is drink less alcohol, no more than 2 drinks per week. And this is very important, to be very specific about your goals. So for example, drinking less alcohol, what does that exactly mean? For example, someone can go out every single weekend and each weekend to have 5 to 7 drinks. So what is less for them? What's the specific number that means that they will drink less alcohol? Less screen time, not counting work, 2 hours per day. So that means if I have work to do during the day and I spend 6 hours on my computer, that doesn't really count if I am doing something productive and I'm working. This is more related to me scrolling on Instagram feed for no reason and just staring at my phone when I could be doing something else. Next thing we have is elevate my style, buy only high quality clothes. I want to dedicate more time in finding inspiration on Pinterest, putting together outfits, because sometimes I am lazy to get dressed up and to change it up and to experiment and just to find new ways to put outfits together. And I really want to invest my money into high quality pieces, something that I will wear a lot, that will last me for a really long time. Of course, I put down the numbers, how much I want to make in this year. I'm not going to share the exact amount because I think that's just something that's personal. I have goals for my social media, for YouTube, how many subscribers I want to reach, how many followers I want to reach, how consistent I want to be on YouTube. I wrote down the modeling jobs I want to do this year, which brands I want to work for. One more thing I wrote down is take marketing and social media courses. So I already purchased one and I already started watching it. Everything I know about social media I learned from experience, but I think this is a different kind of way to get more knowledge about it, or at least I can just get a confirmation that I know what I'm doing and I'm on the right path. I wrote down my travel goals, travel to new destinations, 5 at least. And yeah, there will be a few things from my list. I'm not going to read every single one of them because they're kind of personal and I don't want to share everything on the internet. The next step is make a vision board. I always go to Pinterest, type in whatever I want to find, and most of these things are from my New Year's resolution list. I don't put every single thing on it, but I think this year I printed out almost 50 photos. And of course, once in a while, I always go through my New Year's resolution list and remind myself of my goals. And I think subconsciously, I already have it in my head and I'm thinking about it because I'm working towards it, but it's good to remind yourself and just go through it. So how most people make their vision boards is they get a canvas and they just lay out all the photos, or they just make a collage on their computer. I think everyone uses Canva, and they use that collage as a wallpaper on their phone or their laptop. But this year I printed out my photos and I put them in a notebook. I think it's just a more practical way of me having my vision board with me all year round, because I do travel a lot, and also I can always add new photos, add new goals, new things. There's a lot more space, and whenever I'm on the go I can just flick through it it, remind myself of my goals, get inspired. So what I do sometimes is actually I close my eyes, I imagine my goal, and I start feeling. And I get so excited, I get so motivated, and I'm actually imagining like I'm in that moment. How would I feel if I achieved that goal? Now when you have your vision board, you need to plan your next steps. You need to define your first steps and what exactly you need to do to reach your goal. You don't have to, and actually you cannot plan too much ahead, but you need to think of those first steps so you can start going towards your goal. So what I do is I get my notebook and I start planning the upcoming month. I set my goals for the month and try to plan every single week and figure out the timing of the things I need to get done. Of course, at the beginning of the month, I cannot go too much in detail, but as the time passes by and I get more information, then I can write down my days and plan the exact schedules. Also, I'm trying not to obsess over my end goals and to be more focused on what's happening right now and to invest my energy into that. I think it's really important to set priorities, and that's another thing I wanted to talk about. I've always struggled with this because balancing my career and my personal life, my social life, so many things, it's really hard. And sometimes it is really scary to set priorities because you cannot do so many things at the same time. I said it's scary to set priorities is because you always lose something. Something has to give. And if I put my work first, my personal life will definitely suffer. I'm not saying I cannot balance my personal life and work life, but it's really hard to focus on two different things and to put them on the same level and be invested the same amount. And the only thing I can actually do is try to balance it out. I do struggle a lot to make these decisions sometimes, and I do question myself, have I made the right choice? But I think that's very normal. I think that's life, and through experiences we just learn new things, and sometimes we'll not make the best choice, but if we learn from it, then at least we went through some experience, and the next time we're in a situation like that, we won't be making the same mistake. And I always think of my mistakes and bad decisions as blessing in my life because I learned something from it. It was an experience, maybe not the most pleasant one, but it just made me wiser, it just made me stronger, and I wouldn't be the person that I am today without it. Next up are habits. It's very important to have a routine and to get into healthy habits and to just be organized so you can have less stress and anxiety. I always make to-do lists, and I usually do them the night before, and the next day I can just look at them, they're on my phone, remind myself what I need to do and finish it one by one. I try not to put too much pressure on myself and always finish the things that are a priority, and everything else, if I can get done, perfect. If not, I'm just gonna move it for some other day. One more thing I really want to focus on is workouts, to get into a habit of doing workouts at least 3 times per week. I was really struggling to have consistency with my workouts. For example, I would work out 5 times in 1 week, and then for the next 2 weeks I will have only 1 workout, and that's mainly because I was traveling, because I would go, for example, to Europe for 2 weeks, and then I'm at 5 different places, and it's really hard to find the right gym and the workout that I would like, so I'm just not doing any workouts until I go back to LA. Having these habits and routine is really important to me because it keeps me balanced, keeps me focused, and just reduces my stress and anxiety quite a bit. And that will be it for this video. This is how I reset and how I create my dream life and achieve my goals. I hope you enjoyed it. Subscribe to this channel, like, comment if you would like, and I'll see you in my next video.